I can track and hunt the bat creature by listening for its distinct echolocation delivery. It must be stopped.
To the orphanage, Batman. You think I'm afraid to kill your friend? I'll do it! Without a moment's
I'm going back to the orphanage. Celine is waiting.
I can only imagine what cruel game Mr. Nigma has in store for you and Miss Kyle.
It doesn't take much to tame a cat. Make them wear this, and then call the bat.
How are you doing?
Can't fault the entertainment. Eddie just lectured me on the 13 innovations that let him pack this collar with his custom-designed plastic explosive.
You must be honored.
At being what? Your motivation? Come on, the next puzzle room's waiting.
Greetings to my costumed contestants. Your next challenge is simple. Guide an electric charge to its destination. I hope the varying amounts of pressure don't get to you.
Another one? What's Eddie's problem?
Fanatic narcissism, egocentrism, and megalomania, crossed with severe obsessive compulsion.
Thanks.
Don't mention it. Counterweights move further when I step on the pads.
You are getting older. Maybe it's time to add a few extra notches to the utility belt. Hey, don't shove. Over, would you?
to the dementedly dressed duo. Your key awaits. Oh, but what's this? An electrified floor?
Electrified floor?
You do it. You still owe me for Arkham City.
Goodness, you figured it out already. Well, you better meet the second generation of my android allies. I've built a variant specifically tailored to each of your dubious abilities.
Leave the blue one to me.
I've built a highly efficient production line.
I did it! I actually did it! I mean, of course I did. Good. As expected.
Goodness, you figured it out already. Well, you better grab that key and be on your way.
Hey, that was easy. Oh.
Meet the second generation of my android allies. I've built a variant specifically tailored to each of your dubious abilities. Where'd that came from, Batman? I've built a highly efficient production line.
Leave the blue ones to me.
You can thank me after. Thank me. Thank me. You know what, Detective? I'm glad you solved this riddle. Because it takes you one step closer to the riddle that kills you.
Riddle that kills you.
Eddie really hates you, doesn't he?
He's an ego-driven narcissist who can't let anyone else win.
Gee, if only you'd met under different circumstances.
His obsession's getting worse. He's going after my allies.
Ally? After this, I think we should dial it back to known associate for a while.
This was nothing, Dark Knight, nothing. A new trial awaits you, Detective, by Divinity Church, and I'm waiting too.
I'm headed to Divinity Church. Riddler won't give up, Alfred. His pride won't let him.
You all break his spirit, sir. I'm very confident.
Starting to think maybe I gotta sniff that gas. Hard to tell with all this messed up crap going on.
Unexamined life is not worth living, Detective. And I've been wondering why I let you aggravate me so. You're a cheat and a liar. A dressed-up strongman playing with expensive toys. World's greatest detective, ha! And everyone from Gotham to Star City believes it. I cannot abide a fraud detective, a dilettante masquerading amongst his intellectual betters, stealing every last scrap of appreciation, dignity, and respect. Welcome, Detective, to the drain I'm going to figuratively and quite possibly literally flush you down. The goal of this aquatic examination could not be simpler, Detective. Lower the water like so. Before that, however, it's time for a riddle. Riddle me this, Detective. What do bats do when they're at home? Well done, Detective. I think you're getting the hang of it. That's one, Batman. The water might be lower, but you're still out of your depth. You know, Detective, if I'd rigged that grapple point to detach, you could be dead in a moment. But where would the satisfaction be in that? You will be your own downfall, Detective. I have no doubt. Another switch? When the water is almost as low as Catwoman's chances of freedom. Why don't you celebrate with my friends? I wanted you to destroy the robots. I did. It's all part of my immaculately constructed master plan. So there. Don't think I haven't been tempted by a cheap trick and a quick death, Detective. But no, I will beat you fairly. I will let you test yourself against me and laugh as you fall short. Struggling, Detective? I'm afraid you're running several minutes behind my projections. Ah! This is why my projections were off. I'd failed to consider both your incompetence and your stupidity as two distinct variables. Apologies, Detective. I will recalculate post-haste. Wish? Is it merely incompetence in carrying out said inclination that has kept you alive so long? barely keeping up to the precise degree my equations predict. Careful on your way out. Between perfectly designed riddle and unfair death trap really comes down to user error.
Hey, Eddie. Can't we play it?
Which cabinet, kitty cat?
Here's hoping Eddie hasn't started cheating. And they say black cats are bad luck.
Another key, well done. Of course, you'll lose all 9 lives in an instant should I push this detonator.
Another door unlocked. What a surprise.
Always been the smartest man in the room, detective, forced to endure the suspicions and mockery of those whose meager mental faculties prohibited them from appreciating that fact. And then you appear in Gotham, dressing up your cognitive capabilities marginally superior as they are to that of the average hoodlum, in the guise of a crusading hero. And oh, how the people swooned. To the orphanage, hero! It's time to rejoin Catwoman for another trial.
Selena's still trapped at the orphanage. Together, we'll get her out.
To tame a cat.
You're back.
I said I'd get you out of here.
I know. It's just... nothing. Let's get to the next room, okay? Before my head explodes.
Well, hello again to my favorite comedy double act. I'd just like to say what a novelty it's been constructing riddle chambers for 2 half-wits instead of 1. Why, that's practically a whole wit between you. Dark Knight, when you failed your feline friend and are done mourning over her headless corpse, perhaps we'll do this again with, Robin? Or maybe that prodigal son of yours over in Bloodhaven.
Bloodhaven.
Can you get up there?
The ceiling? Easy.
Riddle me this. Can a maze still amaze if it doesn't have walls? If it doesn't have walls?
You know, I had to disable a security system like this when I robbed Queen Industry. Never mind.
Oh, what a shock. For you, I mean, Detective. I was expecting it. Halfway there. Now for a final twist. Twist.
Nearly there, Selena.
Done on this side.
Okay, done over here.
Congratulations! And now your reward. Robot! Just about earned it.
When I get out of here, I'm sticking this collar around Eddie's neck.
Well, how clever the pair of you must feel. How smug. Well, I hate to intrude upon this miserable little moment of victory, but I wanted you to be aware you're very unlikely to see one another again. Catwoman, the Batman will fail you, because waiting for him beneath Ranelagh Ferry Terminal is my greatest trial.
Batman, are we?
Don't let what Riddler said get to you.
Eddie is an idiot, but he's an idiot who built a series of underground death traps across the city.
And?
And I just wanted to say, be safe. This is definitely your mess, and I appreciate you cleaning it up. But just be careful while you do it, okay?
Ranelagh ferry terminal. Okay, Riddler. This game ends now.
This is it, Dark Knight. We're done. Well, you're done for, at least. I must admit that I'm feeling quite charitable at the moment of my triumph. So I will give you a choice. Rather than carry on towards your humiliation and death, I will simply let you drive away in return for a signed statement testifying towards my superior intelligence and conceding that I have utterly checkmated you. Oh, the cat will remain a hostage, of course. A symbol of your failure. My, you're actually going to attempt it. Very well. But this is my finest work, detective. My masterpiece, my enigma resistance. So, let us take that inexplicably life-sized children's toy for its final drive. This is it, Dark Knight. Your Teutoburg, your Bay of Pigs, your ultimate defeat. That's it, detective. Drive faster. Drive headlong into defeat. Behold your doom. What? Impossible! That cannot be! You should have followed to your death. I calculated the curvature precisely. I've got the equations right here. I don't understand. How are you still alive? Oh, of course. You got lucky, didn't you? It was luck! Luck! The kindly lifeguard of the idiot. I can hardly factor luck into my equations now, can I? I'm not a homeopath. Farewell, Dark Knight. This isn't possible! This isn't happening! I am the Riddler, and you shall not defeat me! Dark Knight, don't waste my time. It's several times more precious than yours. Since you cannot even be counted on to kill yourself, I will do it for you. I'm controlling the mechanisms now. Controlling mechanism. You'll make a mistake. Of course you will. I know you will. Make your peace, Dark Knight. This really is it. It has to be. Goodbye. Stop not dying! Come now, detective. Time waits for no man. And I wait for no Batman. God, I mean, I knew you'd fail. Never doubted it for a moment. Wrong way, Dark Knight. Don't tell me I need to hover in front of you waving a flag to get you to turn around. Hurry up, detective. You stand marginally more of a chance of succeeding if you actually begin. Too slow, detective. The course has been perfectly calibrated to kill you if attempted at the correct speed. I want you to know, detective, that I'm recording all your attempts at this for posterity. And for my social media presence, of course. Don't worry, detective. You have until dawn. Not that it'll make any difference. Dark Knight, don't waste my time. It's several times more precious than yours. You are defeated. Too slow, Dark Knight. Too slow. Or if you prefer, that human knockoff Mercury. Hurry up, detective. You stand marginally more of a chance of succeeding if you actually begin. I knew it! I knew you'd fail! To think you had me worried. How embarrassing. Don't tell anyone. Dark Knight. Your penance for failure will be journeying back to the start of the course. Failure. To the start. Detective, time waits for no man. And I wait for no Batman. You did it. You did it. The key. Now you collect the key. Those are the rules, and I have to follow the rules, don't I? I set them after all.
Okay, almost there. And here we go. Oh, that's it. No more.
Congratulations, Catwoman. You are now free. Free to take my final exam.
To take my final
exam.
Eddie, I didn't know you'd started cheating. I'm disappointed.
I dissemble. I artfully obfuscate. But I do not cheat. As you and Batman will discover when you attempt my final riddle room. Riddle room. Photographic memory, Detective, because I do. I can summon your sneering features at will. That is when they don't burst unbidden into my brain. I have perfect recall, too. I can remember every time you've hurt me. Sometimes I wake up, Dark Knight, to the feel of your hands around my neck, your carbon fiber-coated fists smashing into my solar plexus. How dare you brutalize me? Me! Your intellectual superior. You're better. Me, Edward Nygma, the Riddler, and the world's greatest everything. You're a thug, Detective, a bullying emblem of the arrogant notion that might makes right. Come back to the orphanage, where I will end you and the unjust things you stand for.
Now's my chance to free Selena from the orphanage. This sick game has gone on long enough.
Agreed, sir. Best of luck.
Run! Go! Go! It's him! Don't worry! He ain't catching us! Two-Face, Penguin, Riddler, screw 'em all. I'm working solo from now on.
It doesn't take much to tame a cat. Make them wear this, and then call the bat.
How have you been?
Perfect. Eddie hasn't said a word since you left that last course. Do you ever rub people the right way?
They never ask nicely.
This is it. One last hoop to jump through, then I'm free to rob Gotham blind. I mean, you know, make sure everyone got out. I'll check the art galleries first.
Meet the Riddle Square, a puzzle which draws influence from both late 20th century puzzle cubes and mid 15th century torture devices.
If Eddie wanted us to play a game of life-size chess, he could have left us more pieces.
I don't think that was the idea.
We need to move the blocks.
Well, hurry up then. Surely one of those toys of yours can get the job done.
We need to stop some of the cubes from moving when I fire the charge.
I'm guessing that'd be my job.
Congratulations! Now let's cut to the best part.
Selena, watch out! Get ready!
Damn him. How is that a riddle, Eddie? Seriously.
You get used to it.
Ah! Beginner's luck. Let's intensify proceedings. You will not win this!
Still not a riddle, Eddie.
You just haven't figured it out yet.
This is it. This is the end. The final riddle.
It's done. Keys by the entrance. Let's go.
You smooth talker, you. Give me a second to compose myself. Would you do the honors? You know what the worst thing about this was? It looked cheap. Well, handsome, what are we waiting for? So is it just Central Gotham that's evacuated? Or are the mansions empty too?
Scarecrow threatened the entire city, Selina.
And it's such a tragedy. You go save the day, and I'll make sure Bruce Wayne locked his doors.
Good luck with that.
Cheater! You fraud! Chancing, bumbling amateur! Look what you have reduced me to, Batman! If you cannot simply bow down when confronted with your obvious superior, then I will your pathetic instinct level and... I designed the suit to perfectly defend myself against your violent excesses. So please understand, Dark Knight, this is an intellectual victory above all. Thank you, Batman, for teaching me the effectiveness of violence tonight. Keeping up? This is embarrassing, you two, really.
Bring it down!
Prepare for disintegration! Which color do you prefer? You think me outfitted?
Let's not waste any time here.
To be outbeaten! Well, color me triumphant. Die, father! I mean, Batman! Enough! This is beneath me. You are beneath me. You want to finish this, detective? Then you must earn the privilege. Solve every last riddle in this city and I'll fight you, Batman, but not a moment before.
Or we could just leave you down there, Eddie. Come on, Batman. This cat wants to prowl. Fresh air, freedom, and darkness. Perfect. How shall we celebrate? I know a couple of poor, defenseless museums. But then again, I also know a couple of hotels.
Tonight's not over yet. There's more work to be done.
Of course there is. You do know how to kill the mood. Do you ever take the night off? Do you ever take the suit off?
Not on nights like this, Selena. It's what I do.
Fine. I guess I'll hit an art gallery or two, while the big bad bat's distracted.
You're not going to thank me?
Why? It's what you do.